Do you remember your high school years? If you think back to those very fragile, tumultuous, but also exciting 4 years of life, you probably do recall some defiance, maybe peer pressure, a definite drive for independence and freedom. These are all things that your teenager also wants. But today, teens are facing a lot of extreme and new pressures. Things like vaping are happening throughout school campuses. There's, of course, school shootings and the threat of violence. Social media has taken over and completely changed the way that teens interact, the way that they make friends, the way they socialize, and it's affected how girls see themselves. So not only are they experiencing the most common developmental changes, but that's compounded with this pressure to be perfect, to look a certain way, to have certain things. And this can make the high school years really, really confusing for a teenage girl. And they're equally confusing for parents. A lot of parents wonder, how can I support my teenager? And what is going to happen? Is she going to be able to say no in the face of peer pressure? Will she be able to make self-empowering choices when I'm not watching? There are several ways that you can support your teen as she moves through the high school years. So whether your daughter is about to start high school or whether she's going back to high school, here are 3 parenting practices to keep in mind and to put into practice as you are supporting her through these very exciting and changeable years. The first practice is to provide her a solid foundation and be a valuable resource. This means that you are listening to her to understand, that you are asking her open-ended questions that help her to think about her best next steps, what really matters to her, and you're able to take a step back and let her start taking charge of her life. If you're finding that your teen is pulling back from you and you can't really be the resource that you want, then you want to provide her a resource. And that might be a life coach, it might be a therapist, it might be a sports coach, but make sure your daughter has a solid foundation and someone trustworthy who she can turn to. The second thing that you want to do is make agreements. So think about your bottom lines, the things that are non-negotiable, and make those really clear to your teen. And then for the things that you can be more flexible with, have a conversation with your teen. Be willing to negotiate with her some of the rules. These may include things like curfew, her schedule of when she does get her homework done, when she gets her chores done. You can state what it is that you expect and what it is you need her to do, but then be open to talking with her about how it can get done. And then finally, you want to make sure that you watch your reactions. Of course, a lot of things can happen during high school, and you're likely to find yourself losing control of your emotions when your teen is being reactive, when she's being defiant, or maybe when she finds herself in a troubled situation. But when you are showing an extreme reaction to your teen, it is almost 100% guaranteed that it's going to make your teen overreact. So it's important to give yourself support, whether that's through a parent coach, through a trusted friend, through your partner. Give yourself time to process how you feel, to notice what's coming up for you so you can meet your teenager with calm and with perspective. These 3 parenting tips are going to help you help your daughter have a successful and happy high school experience. And for more details, check out my recent blog.